Hi everyone, I'm Hannah Nichols, and here is a little bit about my MSW journey. Thank you for listening. Why I chose social work. I always really wanted to help people, and when I was growing up, I thought becoming an inclusive education teacher like my mom was the perfect job for this. As I started my junior year of undergrad, though, I began realizing that I wanted to do more to help than teachers were able to. Don't get me wrong, teachers are amazing, but I wanted to be able to connect with people more than a classroom setting would allow. At this time, I also began having a lot of anxiety and sought out counseling. This experience led me to want to pursue social work. Why I chose ASU. ASU was the best decision I ever made. I understand that online schooling is not for everyone, but I have never thrived so well before. When I began my search for MSW programs, I started looking at local schools, but didn't want to have to take out a lot more loans, so then I began searching for online options because they tended to be a lot cheaper. I heard about ASU through a coworker, and once I got on the phone with admissions, I was hooked. They were so helpful and kind and answered my many questions. They were not just trying to push me to join them, but actually wanted to make sure I made the right choice for myself. Their genuineness and promptness to get back to me made it an easy choice, and I am so happy with that decision. Some of the challenges I faced throughout this program. The first challenge I faced was finding an initial internship. Many places told me they have a contract with and can only accept students from SU or Lemoyne, which are some of the local schools here. Other places turned me down because they were unsure of how to manage the online aspects of supervising me. I actually ended up having to defer a semester because it took me so long to find one. I like to believe that all things happen for a reason because I really enjoyed where I ended up having my first internship. The second time I had to find an internship was in the midst of the pandemic, and many places were not taking on any students at that time as they were still trying to figure out how to provide telehealth services. I had a few places that said they were willing to take me on, but as guidelines kept changing, two places ended up pulling out on me. And because of this, I ended up having to defer again. But, like before, I really do like where I ended up interning again this time. I never intended for this journey to take as long as it did, but I still do not regret my decision for choosing an out-of-state online program versus a local in-person school. Program positives, and here are some reasons why I do not regret my decision. I loved having the flexibility to get my work done on my own time. I had the due dates for assignments and could get ahead easily most of the time. This was really great because at the beginning of this program, my boyfriend and I could only see each other on the weekends for a while, so I was really grateful to be able to get everything done during the week and have my weekends free. I also really liked how easy Canvas has been to navigate. I have used Blackboard for online classes before and much prefer Canvas. It is so much more manageable, especially when taking more than one class at a time. It was also really great being able to test out different potential grades to kind of have an idea of what I needed in order to get the overall grade I desired. I had no problems with communication throughout this program, even with the time difference, as I am from upstate New York. Lastly, this program offered so many helpful resources that made research for assignments so simple. For my first internship, I interned at Hillside Family of Agencies with their Family Preservation Initiative. And here I helped perform dialectical behavior therapy with families in their home to reduce overall stress and conflict in the hopes of keeping children at risk of leaving the home from not having to leave and to help with adjustments after children have re-entered the home. I was also provided therapeutic crisis training, applied suicide intervention training, and a very thorough training sessions to learn their overall medical record system. At my second placement, I worked with Syracuse Jewish Family Services, which was housed at Menorah Park. And Menorah Park consists of a skilled nursing facility as well as assisted and independent living facilities. And here I was able to co-facilitate brain health groups, which consisted of socially cognitive discussion groups. I also had a client in the community that I helped over the phone through the Stay Connected program using behavioral activation therapy. The other big thing I participated in here was the friendly visiting program, where I would visit with residents showing signs of depression due to lack of socialization and help them realize that even at this point in their life, they still have meaning and worth. This activity in particular was special to me. I really enjoyed forming strong relationships with some of the residents. Here are the main lessons I have taken away from this program journey and will for sure use always in my future careers. I learned that it is all right to admit when you do not know something, but to also always try to express confidence. If you come off as nervous, it can also make clients feel more nervous as well. This goes along with being aware of your body language. Our nonverbal communication is just as important as what we say, and we should make sure that both forms of communication align so that we do not send off any mixed signals. I learned that it is all right to spend a lot of time just deeply empathizing and that there is no need to rush into interventions. Clients will often let you know when they are ready to begin doing some work, and it is not necessary to push them into something, even if it feels like the right time. If a client expresses wanting to take things slower, then we should go at their pace, not our own. And lastly, it is important to remember that even when it seems like we have not done anything to help someone, that doesn't mean we didn't help them. Little actions can make a big impact even when we can't see it. Some advice for incoming students. Always try to stay ahead. There will be times when you feel like you are keeping up pretty well, but then get hit with an assignment that takes way longer than you expected. Always read through the rubrics of every assignment well in advance, and always give yourself more than a day or two to get each assignment done. The more ahead you get from the beginning, the easier the entire semester will be. Thank you so much for listening about my journey, and I very much look forward to hearing about all of yours. I hope you had as great of an experience as I did, and I wish you all the best as you continue your journey in the future.